Okay, so this is for babies under the age of 1.
Okay.
And you want to do this on a hard surface, so either on the floor, on a table like we are. Now we're going to go back a stage and say, right, you've walked into the room, you've instantly recognised that something's not right,
Yeah.
and when you walk in you need to make sure it's safe, because whenever we teach first aid you are always number one. We always put our kids first, but if someone's been electrocuted and you run in and touch them, you're going to be on the floor next to them. So we come in, make sure it's safe. You're then going to try and wake them up. The way you wake them up is you'd call their name and then you clap and tap the bottom of the baby's foot. Baby's foot is very sensitive the first year of life, so it's a good way for us to try and get a response out of baby.
Okay.
If that doesn't work, you're then going to go head back and finger under the chin. And if you do know someone's around, start shouting out for help. But you're going to go open the airway, which is head tilt, chin lift. You get down nice and close and you look at the chest, you listen and you feel with your cheek for normal breathing for no longer than 10 seconds. At that point, if you haven't done it yet, it's a 999 call. If your phone's in your pocket, speakerphone it.
Yeah.
If you live in a mansion and your phone's over the west wing of the house, then you do 1 minute's worth of CPR before going off to call for help.
Right.
Because the theory is the 5 breaths at the beginning, we hope, will get the brain to go, oh yeah, this is what I'm meant to be doing. And then they cough, they sputter, and you don't need to do CPR. But if that doesn't happen, then you're doing CPR for 1 minute, getting a bit of oxygen around their body, then you go off to make your call. So I'm going to do head tilt, chin lift, and you want to make sure you don't take the head too far back. So when we open the airway, you go nose to ceiling, finger under the chin, then you go mouth over mouth and nose, and you just fill your cheeks and puff. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 2 fingers in the centre of the chest, looking for signs of life. They haven't given me any signs of life, so I start my compressions. Now compressions are roughly 2 per second.
Yeah.
At a rate of about, they are roughly 2 a second, at a depth of about 4 centimetres or a third of their chest. And after you've done 30, it's then 1, 2, and then back to 30. So the 5 is purely at the beginning, and then you do 30 to 2, 30 to 2.
Right.
When you're pushing down, like I said, you're aiming really for around about 4 centimetres. That's it. You want to be right in the centre of the chest. If we were going on from our choking scenario and you've done 5 back blows and 5 thrusts, as soon as they go unconscious, you put them on a hard surface. You know that they are now unconscious and not breathing normally. So you go straight in with your 5 breaths.
Okay.
And a lot of people would go, well, why are you doing 5 breaths if there's an object in the airway? And that's because when you're conscious and choking, your airways are in spasm.
Yeah.
When you go unconscious, we hope that the airways will then relax.
Yeah.
You doing some breaths might even get air around the object. It might push the object further down, but as long as we can get air into them, everything else can be sorted at a hospital.
Okay.
If you can't get the 5 breaths into them, then you start with your CPR sequence of 30 and then 2. If they're sick at any point, roll them onto their side, clear anything out of their airway, roll back, carry on. You don't need to recheck breathing.
Okay.
All right?
Right, that makes sense.
So that is your 0 to 1 baby CPR, whether you've walked into the situation or we've had a choking casualty that's then lost consciousness.